Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we want to look at, or we're going to look at Cardano and its valuations against Ethereum. Right now, what we're seeing is that Bitcoin, just to briefly talk about Bitcoin, Bitcoin's up 2.5%, but Ethereum is up almost 4% against Bitcoin, and we're actually seeing some form of a breakout right now out of the structure. Against the US dollar, Ethereum is up 6.5%, getting back to about $4,358. And with Cardano, it's currently bleeding against Bitcoin. It's continuing to bleed against Bitcoin, and ergo, it really start bleeding against Ethereum. We're down about 5.27% for the week. Since the prior peak, we have seen Cardano essentially bleed 54% from that peak. So it's been a pretty nasty move thus far, but I wouldn't count Cardano out. Now, I'm not going to say that it's immediately going to bounce from here or come back down to this level, say, and bounce. Not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is that Cardano is a very interesting asset to fight against Ethereum. It has clear peaks that we see here, and then clear bottoms, right? These accumulation periods that we would want to see. And because of that, it becomes a very interesting coin to average in, average out back into Ethereum, etc. It's one of my it is an asset that I do not currently hold, but is one of the more interesting ones that I look at because of that. So with that said, when we essentially look at these levels, Cardano is basically at where it was about 3 weeks ago. Really, we wicked down to this level, and beyond that since May. But it is highly possible that we continue to bleed, come back down to these lower levels here, and reaccumulate. And that would be a great time to buy. It's the same thing that I've been talking about with VeChain. With VeChain right now, it is also bleeding, getting back to the prior weekly lows of before, getting rejected off the 20-week moving average. And I said that if it comes back down to this area, it becomes a very interesting buy opportunity. The risk is relatively low. And it becomes a great buy with your Ethereum. I would say the same thing with Cardano. Cardano is currently bleeding. It's currently 38.11 on the RSI. It's getting into the 30 range. We're really getting into oversold territory. We're not really, but we're getting there. It's inching closer and closer. If we just take a line from the peak to where we are right now and just kind of extend it, we're talking about the end of the year when we see Cardano come back down to 32 as an example, right? So the trend is there. We're waiting and seeing. You might already have a position in Cardano, in which case this might not be the greatest feeling in the world. But I would say to, keep look forward to Q1. It seems like Ethereum right now is making a move. If this is the early move for Ethereum, then expect Cardano, other assets that we measure against Ethereum to start bleeding heavily, right? Chainlink is another great example. It's currently it's down almost 9% against Ethereum, and it has been down ever since. But once Ethereum and Bitcoin are done making their move, volatility goes down, altcoins will reign supreme once again. I will assure you the day will come. The days of people saying that Bitcoin is dead, altcoins have killed it, have been spoken many times, and vice versa. Altcoins are dead, Bitcoin is king. It's a cycle that never seems to get old. And I you can tell when it's really happening when people people get very angry about their altcoin positions, right? And you could say that about Chainlink, it has been bleeding. You can say that about Uniswap, it has been bleeding as well. Basic attention token, all these assets, some of these assets that I do own and voiced my frustration on, but I think at this point you have to understand or accept the cycles of the market. Yes, you can start making an argument of certain altcoins outpacing others. You can definitely make that argument, but I will say that altcoins as a whole will have their time to come, and that includes Cardano here. Cardano will continue to bleed against Ethereum. Should Ethereum really break out, you don't necessarily see Cardano and Ethereum both moving at the same time. At least I'm not completely. I'm pretty sure of that. I mean, we can just take this as an example. remove this. So we got Cardano at the top, Ethereum at the bottom. And you could see that this was the first move with Ethereum, or sorry, with Cardano, and it moved, right? And then we see, okay, so they kind of move at the same time, but one really outpaces the other, clearly. So this peak right here was a 74% move, and we measure it from the same week. A 105% move, so Cardano's outbeating it. But if we measure it to, say, the 29th of March, Cardano has moved up 290%, right? So you can see these influxes, these moves of Cardano Ether. And yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. So you can see Cardano really takes the reign. And then later on, we see Ethereum really start to rally, so on and so forth. We're starting to see Ethereum rally again. We see Cardano start to bleed. The reins of Ethereum hold once again. I don't know if we're ever going to see these lower prices here for this cycle, but I'll keep my eyes out, right? And I will definitely let you know because I would be buying at these levels. Anyway, that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.